Welcome back to MidPoint. Once again, welcome back former CIA analyst Lisa Ruth for our intelligence briefing. Let's go ahead and turn now to the homeland, if you will. Tom Cotton. And are we doing enough to stop those people who could be coming over the border?
You know, you're right. To me, they could be coming across the border, but that's not the path of least resistance here.
Exactly.
You can buy a plane ticket from London or from Beirut, for that matter, and come into this country. To go across the border, it's making it a little bit harder than it has to be. Now, the other side of the question, as you said, are we monitoring people coming into this country closely enough? And the answer is probably not. We know, based on the way terrorists are recruited, they are recruiting Americans. Look at the number of Americans who are going to fight with ISIS. How hard would it be to recruit an American, set them up, and wait for the right time, wait to build a weapon, wait to put it all together? You look at 9/11, that didn't happen overnight. They took a lot of time to plan that. They weren't anxious, and I think the bigger threat, you know, again, I'm not saying it can't come across the border, but I think you have to look at all the other areas for more likely terrorist attacks.
I think that's it. We have to stop being so cut and dried and black and white on it. Yes, they're coming over the border. No, they're not. Look, it is possible. Anything is possible. They can come in cruise ships.
Sure.
They can come in small, lightweight planes from the Bahamas. They can come from Canada. There's a million ways they can come here. But what your point is well taken. Why take the chance of coming across the border? A lot of these guys are going to buy airline tickets. They're going to enjoy the hotel accommodations while they come over. And when you talk about goods here, Timothy McVeigh did it on a weight-by-weight basis. So it's not as if that's the only thing. We need to be aware of it, but don't focus on it, I think, is the big thing.
I think it's back to the idea of national security as a whole. And again, you know, my bailiwick, intelligence. We have got to make sure we have good intelligence to find out where they're coming from, because otherwise you're just basically throwing out a net and seeing what we can catch. We know how well that works in the war on drugs, for example. It doesn't work at all.
Not at all.
So you need the intelligence. You need to know where these people are coming from, where the threat is coming from, where they're focusing, and then cut off those access points, because there are millions of ways to get into this country. And we really can't or are not prepared to put up a wall around our country and say no more coming in.
Not yet, but that might be coming soon. Got about 90 seconds to go here. OPEC, how does OPEC fit into everything here? I hate to go from United States back over here, but we said we'd talk about it as well. OPEC is suffering a little money crunch right now because the Americans are going a little energy independent, but there's a lot of oil changing hands in the Middle East, and some of it is illegal and some of it's funding terrorism.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question that we've got oil illegally funding terrorism. We've got oil being smuggled out, remember, from Syria through Turkey by ISIS. OPEC is a very interesting situation right now, and what they're trying to do is starve out the United States, as you know, and trying to kill off the industry. It's also interesting to see the difference between Saudi Arabia and Iran. By not cutting production, Saudi Arabia sort of threw down a gauntlet to Iran. Iran needs oil at $100 a barrel. Right now we're at 70. If they don't get that, Saudi Arabia says, don't worry about it, because they've got foreign reserves. But this will hurt Iran. This will hurt Iran very badly. And as you and I have discussed, we've got this proxy war going on in the Middle East right now between Iran and Saudi Arabia. This will make things very interesting in OPEC. And as you said, it's also the question of how much oil is continuing to go, oil money at least, from Saudi, for example, to Sunni terrorists, from Iran to Shia terrorists.
We will never know what exactly is working in OPEC, because they all want to think, we do after years going, OPEC's our friend, they help us with energy. Yeah, friends like that, I don't need enemies sometimes, because as you said, they would love to drive us into the ground right away and have oil at $200 a barrel if they could.
That's what they're doing.
I don't, because my mileage isn't getting any better. Always a pleasure to see you, Lisa. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Great to be here.
All right. When we return, a governor who wanted an indictment in the Ferguson case, claiming a lot of what happened is due to misunderstandings. The Sunday Talkers start more than a few arguments. That's coming up, because we always have to find out what they're saying on Sunday in the shows, and a whole lot more. Stay with us. This is the program where every day we question everything. This is MidPoint.